Good afternoon, good evening, good zinta, good y'all, whatever it may be where you are. I'm not Sports Cards. Hope you're doing well. Remember to like and subscribe. Every new subscriber may get a new video. I might do it. I don't know. What are we doing today? We're going to do a little of making moves or kind of not making moves in non-sports cards. All right. That's not really exactly what we want to show here. That's not really showing up here. Oh, what I do is I usually do this every few months where I um, kind of let people know what I've been buying and maybe a little bit of what I've been selling. And I have to admit, the last few months, I just haven't been buying. Um, I I will do a I'm primarily a non-sports card collector. I'm like 95%, 99% non-sports card collector at this point. And in truth, my tastes are really getting specific, and I think a lot of this I'll do this in a Star Wars card market update, but it has a lot to do with kind of what the product is out there. I don't buy anything really that has come out in the last few years, so I kind of have to wait for things to come to me, and I preach patience to people, which is people like what. It's hard right now because card collecting requires you to buy cards. I think it's a little bit, I don't know. It's like saying when you go fishing, you know, catching fish is somewhat required at some point for it to actually be fishing. And you can look through the eBay listings all you want, but you got to buy stuff. So anyway, I'll whip through what I bought. I went a whole month without buying a card. That has not happened, I don't think, in a long time. I definitely have these ebbs and flows where I buy more cards and less cards. And usually it has something to do with what when I'm selling cards and I'll buy cards. That has not been the case. I used to sell a card and be like, hey, let's run out and buy a card. I've sold quite a few cards and I'm like, no, I'm not just going to buy cards to buy cards. So I kind of been sticking to my guns. My main things that I really collect are Rogue One and The Mandalorian. I do collect Breaking Bad, Walking Dead, Sons of Anarchy, Game of Thrones, tons of different stuff. But in truth, those markets are a little crazy. So Grogu cards are hard to find. So the first couple, this is from season one, Grogu out of 10, gold, safe and sound. I think he saw 8 different cards in that set, and the numbered cards are, they're only number out of 101, 10, 25, and 50. So they're really only 76 numbered cards for each of those. So you could just do the math and be like, okay, they're only like kind of like 500 numbered Grogu cards from this first Mandalorian set. There's the journey, but so I bought both of these today. Paid $100 for this one. Well, whatever. I paid 95 for this one, 30 for this one. Tax and tip. And you can go back, like this is April 4th. The last card I bought before that was March 23rd, and it was Enter the Hunter Mandalorian. This is actually my 2 favorite cards from that set are kind of the 2 most valuable non-character cards are Enter the Hunter and Hoping to Help. They're the first appearance of the Mandalorian and the first appearance of Grogu. This is out of 25, paid 138. I think it was 125 plus tax and tips. Same seller, by the way. I have the gold of this, and now I have the silver. It's the first card in the set. I think it's probably the most that are Hoping to Help are the most valuable. They're extremely hard to find. I've never seen a silver before. The gold I found on Macari. This is one certainly right up my alley. So I don't buy a lot to sell. That's kind of the point now. It's like I like almost like I used to buy things that really were this hybrid world of like a lot of what I bought was I could sell it, or I'll list it and maybe I'll sell it, and but now it's like it's mostly PC stuff. So Rogue One's my other one. UK, which these are cool. These are foil cards, and there's Jin, Saw, and Cassian. I didn't need these. Probably of all my purchases, I spent $8 Canadian, which is like $6 US. For 6 of these cards shipped, and these are kind of chase cards in this box, and whatever. These are theoretically could be versions of of these cards. I've seen these cards sell for 10, again all over the place, and I've seen them sell for as much as $30 and as low as this. This is something where I might send one of each of these into ComC, but this was a time where I was kind of like searching for things to buy. something I was really excited to get. I bought this IG. See, I don't have the screens done up properly. This is IG 11, where it's just not sized right. IG 11 out of 50 bronze. I'm not much of a set collector, but I somehow backed into the first season of Mandalorian. I am trying to collect all of the characters and serial numbered cards. This is the only one I think that is of like value that I haven't been able to find. I've never seen an IG 11 for sale. It was up. I think what it was. I think it was listed for 35 or best offer. I just snap bought it. This Moff Gideon, Giancarlo Esposito, Moff Gideon rookie auto. He was in the Tops Now, like trailer set auto, whatever. To me, this is my rookie auto. It's out of 50. It's a bronze. I paid 75 tax and tip. This was the first card I had bought in a month, and I was thinking of buying a blaster box of Mandalorian. I was like, this was basically the same price, so I bought it. I don't like, probably of all the things I bought, it's the one I would buy the least again because I don't know. I think it's a cool card. I partially bought it. I rewatched Better Call Saul. I was watching something else that he was in. Probably, man, I don't think it was The Mandalorian. And then I also was playing this video game, Far Cry 6, which he's the bad guy in. And I love the game, and I've been playing it for like months, like a month or two now. And I was like, all right, cool. I don't have any Giancarlo Esposito autos. It's a numbered Mandalorian, whatever. So that was like, so you can see here, March 18th, February 19th. It's it's a short month, February, but still 4 weeks not buying a card. And I bought a General Draven Rogue One out of 5, 2018 finest, shipped for $16. Again, out of 5, you don't even see these cards. Is General, do I need this card? No. I kind of like this one. I kind of like that set. That set is super sneaky across the board. Great Rogue One cards in there. Great solo story cards. Out of 5, General Draven Auto. Again, I said it before. It's like, at some point, if you collect cards, you got to buy cards. And that was something I bought. This is stuff that I was, again, trying to manufacture things to buy. I bought a Darth Maul. If you're a Star Wars card collector, this is the best Phantom Menace set. This is not, I actually thought it was a different card because this is the Sith Lord number 8 card. It's the silver variation, which is not easy to find. It's PSA 8. I paid $11.29 shipped. I mean, come on. Like, we used to make fun of the idea. It's like, doesn't even cover grading costs. Never going to get hurt on this card. It's a card I considered grading. I think I have one in gold, in a PSA 8. So whatever. I didn't need this card. I didn't need, but talk about it. Card collectors got to buy cards. So I bought this Donkey Kong. It's such a shame that I can't size windows appropriately. This is, I know I apologize. The picture, I love this set. Donkey Kong 1982. This is theoretically Mario's rookie card. This set, it is not theoretically, it is Mario's rookie card. I love this set. And, I'm not huge on PSA, the value of PSA's opinion these days, but a 9, that's basically, to know I got a really nice copy of this card. Anything with purple on it in this set just really pops. So I was kind of happy to get it. Like, this was a time where we're still buying cards. Over this past year, I've been selling off a lot of my higher end PSA graded cards in like some base formats. And here are some Family Guy cards. And I sold off both a Peter Griffin and I had a Stewie Griffin 10 that I sold off of. Again, I'm not I don't put a lot of value. I don't put as much value on a PSA 10 as the market does. So I kind of put my money where my mouth is, and I sold some of this stuff, including a Stewie. So I think somewhere you'll see I bought a set, but I saw these up there each for $3. These sets have disappeared. Like, I used to be able to buy them all day for like $8-10. Now they went to 20 and then 40. They're just hard to find. These are iconic characters. This is what I collect. So I just, I've definitely made a habit. If I sell a graded copy, I'll buy a raw copy. It may end up not being as good as the graded copy I have, but hey, it's a little bit of insurance of if the market suddenly says, "Oh, Stewie Griffin cards are worth a ton of money," I'm like, I still have raw ones. So I bought that. I don't know how far. This was like the last card of value I bought. So this is a Saw Gerrera. So this is 2016 Rogue One, which is what I love to collect. And this is his. So Saw Gerrera rookie auto out of 50. I think they're, I don't even remember. I think there's only 101s and out of 50s on the autos. And what made me buy this was I don't own the regular out of 50 Saw Gerrera. It's one of the two cards I'm missing from that set, that and the Jin. And I thought about what I would pay for the actual gold out of 50, and I was like, it is substantially more than this. And so I paid whatever. I think I got the ship from China or something. So like shipping was like $17. Like I think I bought the card for like $85 and it ended up costing me like $115. But a box of Rogue One, if you can find it, I think they sell for around $300. It's like if you hit a Saw Gerrera out of 50 auto, you'd be over the moon. So for half the price of a box, I bought a card that I want. And it, like, I'm still like, I'm not an autograph collector, but by the way, the Rogue One set, like, there's no Diego Luna. It's basically Forrest Whitaker, Felicity Jones, and Donnie Yen dominate it, and then so there are really only three autos of value there. So I was happy to get that. I bought a Rambo, First Blood, Part Two. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. I mean, I'll try to show it as best I can. Let's see here. That's one of the ones with the bazooka. That's a PSA 10. Again, I don't put a ton, like, huge value on it, but, like, I do put some value on it. I just don't put market value on it. So I dig these stickers. It's a good era. It's definitely my era of Topps, 1985. And, $37 shipped was go away. This is kind of when I was like trying to force buying cards. I stopped trying to force buying cards. Like this is definitely one of them. I bought a Battlestar Galactica, the original Battlestar Galactica in 1978. I think it's a PSA 9, and it's like Cylons. I think this was at ComC. So that's part of the reason I bought it because I knew like I wouldn't have to pay a bunch of like the shipping fees. And I totally didn't need this. A 9 on a card from the 70s is pretty good. I don't own. I think I do have one card from the set that a friend gave me, but like, it's just the Night of the Metal Monsters. I think this is a. I'm not sure. There's an episode I really like. I think this is that one. That's why I bought it, but I don't need it. Somewhere along the line, I opened a box of that Phantom Menace Icon 1999. I talked about it on a video. I did a video. I hit a gold. I hit an all. It was kind of a huge box. I did hit a gold Padme, which is what you want. Here's a South Park set I saw for 11.49. It's another set. I sold my PSA 10 to Eric Cartman. I sold a bunch of stuff in this, and in theory, I would grade this, but I just, like I said, not really grading right now. I may change at some point, but right now I'm just kind of laying low. I'm not making as many moves. This is a card I love. This is Grogu 22 Topps Finest. Insert for Mandalorian Gold out of 50. I bought this and sold this already. There's a reason, which you'll see is this is the second one I bought. The first one I paid much more for, which is the Omega. And basically somebody offered me, I was able to sell this card for what I paid for the other one. Kind of just, I didn't need two of them and I'd rather have the one. I didn't look at which one would grade better or anything. Just the 50 out of 50 was something that I wanted. From the PSA vault, again, I don't know the last time I did this. I'm not going to go too much further because I think somewhere around here will be up into the last video. Daenerys Targaryen gold card. Extremely hard to get. Like, these usually sell raw for 75, 150. I bought a PSA 8 for $21. Whatever. Like, love the card. The glorified one touch it came in was awesome. I sold a bunch of Walking Dead stuff. I I bought a Walking Dead set. Um, this set is a set I bought for a friend of mine. This is the 2018 Tops on Demand. I bought it because there's this awesome auto in it of Ezra out of 10. Yoda, PSA 8. This is like a card. Sold this already. I mean, I was like 28 bucks for or whatever. I think I bid 23 and it cost me 28. I bought it and sold it. I didn't really make any money, and like I said, I've stopped doing this. Luthen out of 25. This is stuff I collect. Uh, this is a Mandalorian. Is this season 1 or season 2? Season 2, but they did these comic covers out of 50. I bought it for $5. I think somewhere around here I did this. I'm sure Imway. I bought this again. I have a friend who wants one of these. I have one of them. I'm gonna grade this. He'll get whichever one I want. This is the only one I've ever seen for sale as an individual card. I insta bought it. It went up for $100. I just snapped. Again, best offer? No best offer. We'll do that. Brasso from Andor out of 10. Black Auto PSA 9. Whatever. I have a couple other black autos. I think I will probably stop somewhere around here. I'll do a couple more cards. I was on a stream and bought this gold Ezra. This is Ezra's live action rookie. I paid, it's again the Omega. I paid $37 shipped. I saw one the other night that was listed at 99 cents with $7 shipping that got no bids. That's what, like, I don't buy the new stuff. This is the only, like, I bought like 4 cards from this year. Bought a Fuji sticker rookie. Mando's Big Save. Here's the other Grogu I bought. I bought some more binders. I bought an A-Team Anniversary. Bought Obi-Wan. I think this is a man, I don't even remember. Oh, I was like, I don't ever remember getting this card. This is funny because like, it's a Dr. Ian Malcolm Jurassic Park gold one. I probably got it. Like I said, another Walking Dead set. Here's another one of these Cassians. It got refunded. I wonder if I bought it from the same guy. Yeah, I think that probably will about do it. So like, again, I'm not really making a lot of moves. I'm not grading cards. I'm not buying a lot. And what I am buying is, I like you can see here. Ooh, that's going further back, but I'm trying to go back to that first page. Is like I'm just sticking to stuff that like I have to admit, like it kind of borders on. I'm pretty sure that I can move these cards. Like, by the way, all these cards are from the same person. These 3 Mando cards. Like if I wanted to get out of them, I'm pretty sure I got a decent price. I'm not saying I can be like, oh, I can make a profit, but they're desirable cards. This is just, hey, let's have fun. This is, again, it's kind of the same thing. It's like if I want out of these cards, I can get out of them. I don't think I'm really gonna lose. And like this is kind of like you can see the demarcations when I stop buying after a month, and like it is hard because I enjoy card collecting, but I will tell you, these cards, these cards were sitting on my desk since they came in mid-February. This went right into a binder. This is laying on my desk. This is laying on my desk. These haven't gotten here. This is laying on my desk. These haven't gotten here. But it kind of just like, I don't admire my card collection enough. And I think some of this is getting to be muscle memory. And that I just buy things because I've wanted them and I haven't been able to buy them. And that's a lot of what I've been sticking to. But like this Saw Gerrera, like this is a weird thing, is because I must have seen 6 of these for sale over the past year. Like I said, I've never seen the gold out of 50 for sale, the regular card. So either they're making them in China, which would not blow me away, by the way, or I don't know. The other ones are just more collectible, which is what I actually think. But in general, like this is the line in the sand where I'm just like, I'm not gonna buy just to buy. I did talk myself into this one. I think it was like around my birthday. And I was like, I was talking myself into buying a box, and I was like, let me not. I'm not gonna buy a box. So I bought this Jenga, and I explained that thoroughly. This IG-11 right in the wheelhouse of like, hey, I've been looking for an IG. Shout out Joe Leto, friend of mine, who's like, hey, don't you want a Joe Leto? Don't you want an IG-11? And I'm like, don't you need one? I'm like, yep. And I just snap bought it, and like, That's card collecting to me. Like that is a card I wanted. This is a card I was like, sure, why not? Um, these are just like as I said, this card here into Hunter, 100% wanted. This one, the Grogu, the healing. I don't know. I have no idea. I like he had it listed. I think I forget what he had. I think he had it listed for 60, and I offered 30, and he took it. Part of it was like I wonder if I could get it for a deal, which I've been trying to do less of, because this will. In the past, I would have said, "Oh, I'll grade it." The gold here, I would if I could say it's like I'd be perfectly fine not buying this one and buying this one because I've seen stuff like this. You don't see gold Grogu cards. You just, I'm not saying ever. I'm just saying like they're very hard to find at a reasonable price. And I happened to just look up on 130 point, what I wanted. There was a one-on-one Grogu that one of his scene cards that sold. I wanted to see what it sold for. It sold for $1,400. I wanted to see if it was this card. It wasn't. It was a different card. And I looked at a bunch of the sales and I can see like gold cards usually go for 100 to 150 without Grogu on them. So I don't know what they would go for. I'm not saying like I got a great price. I'm saying that like I no way do I think I overpaid for this card, and that's kind of where I'm at, which is like if it's card. I have this conversation with some of my friends where, in this particular instance, I did not overpay for the card. This card here, I might have overpaid the Enter the Hunter because I might be the market. I don't know. But I've hit a point where I would rather overpay for a card I really want than buy cards that I don't that are deals. And that's a little bit of like this is here, which is like, okay, like this card here, rather buy those, even though they're more money than some of this other stuff here where it's like, oh, it might be a good deal. I don't know. Like this probably is a good deal. I'm sure good deal. But I'm just trying to like be patient, pick my spots. So like I'm not making a lot of moves. My moves are like, I think of poker. It's like selective aggression is the way I would describe myself these days. I will bring up. I'm not going to go through all the things I've sold, but I have been selling. I've sold a decent amount, a fair amount, like in some random sales. Sold like an Ahsoka sketch recently. I just out of the blue, like somebody just binned it. But yeah, I mean, one thing I can say is that like the backlog at PSA, the erratic rating at PSA, and I'm not getting into it. I'm just talking about its impact on like my moves in the market. Is that like for a while, low end Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back, the eights and the eights and 77 and the nines. I'm not gonna. I'll go that into the market research, but let's just say that like the increased process at PSAs has basically, there've been more people who've been willing to pay more money for kind of average graded cards, and my from when it comes to my stuff is like I've just raised the prices because some of it is replacement values. Like if I think I can get an 8 on something, if I have a raw card and I think it's an 8 or better, and I have a graded 8, kind of used to sell it for around grading costs because I'm like I'll just send this one in or grading costs, whatever it may be. But like cards that I think were like $30 are now 40, 45, 50 because they're just not out there. They're like, which is good. It means that there are collectors out there. And I'll get more of that. I'm going to do a Star Wars market update. But for me, I'm selling some. I probably, because I'm not grading, I'm running out of inventory. And I have to admit that a lot of stuff that I do have listed is crazy prices. Yeah. And so I would think that I'm not going to be selling a ton in the near future, which is somehow like instead of reacting, like I said, where I would be like, hey, sell a card, buy a card. I'm like, I don't really know what the heck I'm going to be able to sell. So like, that's why I'm not just like doing that innate thing of sell a card. Let me see if I can go spend this money or even any of it. Like I'm just, like I said, real selective. And I recommend the same thing for you. You again, do whatever you want. They're all different type of collectors. Like I wish that there was, a better market, a healthier market out there, but there are a lot of factors that have just made making moves in the stuff I collect complicated. I would still say making moves, you know, I, I don't see any missteps here, right? Where I'm like, oh, geez, spent a lot of money, couldn't get money out of it. Like, I don't see any cards like this is probably it. Like, there's just no market for Battlestar Galactica. Uh, um, yeah, I don't know. The reason I like to do this is I like to go back and just usually there's a lot more cards I can be like, would I still do this? And the answer is kind of like, I don't know if I'd buy this card, this card, this card, this card. I don't think I made mistakes, but if I can live without it, then I don't need it anymore. Like selective aggression, like just buying the stuff I want and ignoring everything else. It feels good because you can buy what you want, but I don't know what it means long term because uh, you know when you're buying and selling a lot of cards, it's like you're more active and you're more into it. And this is I wish I were making more moves, but I'm not. And but we'll see. Again, we got Andor coming out in 2.5 weeks, and that may. I've seen absolutely. Yeah. Again, I'll do it. I'll do a Star Wars market video. I'll do it right now. Not. I mean, after this, I'm recording these. I'm just doing one after the other because lately I haven't had the time, or I don't like to record videos unless I'm into it. And that's why I waited till now. And, again, tell me if you're making moves. Are you buying more cards? Most people I know are not buying as many cards. They're still buying cards. They're still grading cards. They're still selling cards. Just, the speed, the velocity is slowed down. So you tell me. Like, subscribe, comment, tell me everything. I want to know every last detail about how your day was, whether your wife is mean to you, whether your husband's mean to you, whether your dog is obstinate and won't take his pills like Albert. That's going to do it for me. I'm not Sports Cards.